like no business I know. Everything about it.
Hello everyone. Hello to all our Heron Theatre members and supporters everywhere. We miss you all so much. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ginny Scott. I'm the artistic director of the company, and I'm also responsible for booking the Friday night drama artists. As our chairman Jenny said in a newsletter to you all recently, we will be opening again just as soon as we can do so safely. Luckily, we are in the enviable position of A, being run by volunteers, and B, being able to cover our overheads for the foreseeable future thanks to the prudent housekeeping of our treasurer Philip. Well, that's a relief, I hear you say. Now, I'd hate you to think we've been sitting on our hands doing nothing, and I thought I'd like to let you know what's been going on. I've been in touch with all the companies that I'd booked for this year, and without exception, they're still very keen to come to us. I had a message from Gordon Meredith, who was due to bring us the Lunar Laugh-Along show just as we closed the theatre, and he said, I really hope we can still come to the Heron and help get those doors back open again. And one from Giles, who was bringing us 3 Men in a Boat later in the year. Hi Ginny, thanks for getting in touch. All well here. Just waiting to get back out there with all our shows. And a nice one from Chris at On a Roll Company. They were going to bring us Mrs. Churchill and My Life with Winston. Ginny, thanks for the email, hugely appreciated. We're straining at the leash to do some of the 40 bookings we had, but who knows? But Liz is really, really keen to come back to your lovely theatre. Just say the word when you have a safe date and we'll be there. Well, I'll certainly be keeping in touch with all of them on your behalf. They're having such a tough time of it. And I have some news of the company. That's our associate company who put 2 shows a year on with local performers. Over to you, Sammy Clark.
Hello everyone, that was Florence Foster Jenkins singing Queen of the Night in the 1940s. Florence was a wealthy American heiress who, despite her dreadful singing voice, dreamed of becoming an opera singer and performing at Carnegie Hall. Her story, her true story, is told in a wonderfully funny play by Peter Quilter called Glorious. Now, the company had originally intended to put on the play in April 2019. I was the director, the play was cast, the backstage team was assembled, and rehearsals were well underway when, unfortunately, our wonderful leading lady had to go into hospital. There could be no show without Florence, and we certainly didn't want to recast the part, so we had no choice but to postpone the production until November. We quickly put together The Bench instead, which you may have seen. So later in 2019, we were about to get underway again when, once again, our lovely Florence discovered she had more hospital tests to undergo. So we presented Duet for One instead and postponed Glorious again until April 2020. By the beginning of this year, we seemed finally to be on course. The cast was complete, the set was designed and almost built, costumes and props had been sourced and lines were learnt. Rehearsals were going really well. We were finally looking forward to opening the show on the 16th of April 2020. And then the coronavirus pandemic changed everything. I hardly need tell you what a devastating blow it was to have to postpone yet again. But we're a resilient lot, and we fully intend to make it 4th time lucky. We'll be ready to start rehearsals again just as soon as we're able to do so. And I promise you, Glorious will be well worth the wait. We're so looking forward to sharing it with you.
Thanks very much, Sammy. And now I face that most of you will recognise Stuart Newton. He's been trying for quite a time to retire, but is still looking after our music programme at the theatre. Over to you, Stuart.
Hello everyone. I hope that you've been keeping safe and well. I too have been in contact with all those booked for the fully scheduled music programme on both Saturdays and Sundays planned for the autumn season. Naturally, the performers are disappointed, but all understand the situation and are hopeful that we shall be able to rebook them for 2021, as they were looking forward to entertaining us. A number of bookings are already made for Saturday evenings in spring, and we also have potential arrangements in hand with the Royal Northern College of Music and Cheetham School of Music and other ensembles. So when we are able to open, we shall be in a good position to restart. In discussion with John Bowers, the chair of our film subcommittee, we agreed that, when it is safe, films will be the easiest aspect of our programming to reintroduce promptly, should there be any unforeseen delay in commencing on-stage performances. Until then, I wish you well and look forward to meeting you all again on that pleasant occasion, whenever that may be.
Thanks, Stuart. Nice to see you. Now, what other news? Yes, the curator of our art exhibitions, Clive Christensen, emailed me this report. As you may know, the art exhibitions in our foyer seek to provide a variety of art genre and styles which may appeal to the eclectic mix of our theatre audiences. It's possible to pick up a real bargain as prices are kept as low as possible to encourage sales. The Heron actually applies far less commission than other venues. All the artists have suffered from the COVID-19 crisis, particularly as most are self-employed and not eligible for government funds. Once the theatre's fully up and running, we look forward very much again to displaying the talents of local artists and brighten up the walls of the Heron. Well, that's good. And also you'll be pleased to know that our theatre manager, Ian Kenyon, is keeping the actual fabric of the building going. He goes in every week to run the water, flush the loos and check that all is well. Well, I hope you're all coping as best you can in these strange times. We'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening in your theatre, because without you, our lovely audience, well, you need three things in theatre, I think. The play, the actors, and the audience. And each must give something, and each is equally important. Let me finish with some wise words. Oscar Wilde said, "I regard the theatre as the greatest of all art forms, the most immediate way in which a human being can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being." And I'll give the last word to Sir Laurence Olivier. I believe that in a great city, or in a small city, or even a village, a great theatre is the outward and visible sign of an inward and probable culture. Well, goodbye everyone, and remember, there's no business like show business, like no business I know.
Everything about it is appealing. Everything that traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are feeling that extra wow.